Hello students, welcome back second PUC economics class. Okay, in the previous classes we discussed about the theory of firm under the perfect competition, right? That was under the microeconomics. Okay, now we are moving to macroeconomics. So under this already I finished two chapters. First one it was introduction to macroeconomics. Second one the national income accounting. National income accounting. Now this is time to move for another chapter. That is the third chapter of under macroeconomics. Okay, what is the chapter? That is money and banking. The chapter name is money and banking. Okay, this is also very important chapter for your examination purpose and also knowledge purpose. Okay, in this chapter we are going to discuss about what is money, what are the functions of money, why the people are creating more demand for money, and who will supply the money. Okay, everything we will discuss under this chapter. Okay, so human being since the development of civilization, has invented many things, but especially they given more importance to three things. What are they? One is fire, another one is wheel, and third one is money. Okay, actually man invented many things, especially in that fire, wheel, money, given more importance to this, but out of this we are given much importance to money. We are given much importance to money because without money in the modern world we cannot lead the life. It's highly impossible to lead the life without money in the present situation. Without money we cannot lead the life. So that's why out of these three invents, so money is very important. Money is playing very important role because we cannot imagine the modern world without the money. That's why everyone will give more importance to the money. So it has become very indispensable part of the economy. Without this, we cannot imagine the economy. We cannot imagine the world. Okay, that's why it is called as indispensable part of an economy. So here we should discuss about the money. What is money? What are the functions of money? Then what supplies money? Then who supplies the money? What are the motives behind the demand for money? Then what is the meaning of banking? Then who will manage the money supply? Okay, what are the role of banks in the money supply? Everything we will discuss in this chapter. This is the third chapter of macroeconomics, that is money and banking. Okay, man invented many things. Out of this very important: fire, wheel, money. Right? So we cannot imagine the modern world without the money. That's why we should give importance to money. Then here in this chapter we are going to discuss about what is money, like what is the meaning of money, what are the functions of money, who will supply the money, why the people are creating more demand for money, who will supply the money, then what are meaning of banks, so what are the role by the bank in the supplying money. Everything we will discuss in this chapter. So one by one we have to discuss what was the situation before introducing the money, then after introduction of money, what is the situation, everything we will discuss under the money and banking. This is the chapter number 3, don't forget. Chapter number 3, money and banking under the macroeconomics. Okay. So here we should discuss what was the situation before the introduction of money. So in the beginning of civilization, human wants were minimum. In the beginning of the civilization, in the beginning of civilization, human wants were minimum. But compared to the present situation, human wants are unlimited. But when the beginning of civilization, human wants were minimum. Human wants were minimum. Okay, exchange of goods for goods is called system. So in the time of civilization, there was no money because they were using barter system. They were adopted barter system. They were adopted barter system because there was no use of money. There was no invented by man. There was no invention about the money also. No idea about the money. Okay, but before, in the starting of civilization or beginning of the civilization, they were using which one? Barter system. What is the meaning of barter system? That is exchange of goods for goods. Exchange of goods for goods. See, this is the called as which one? Barter system. Exchange of goods for goods. Exchange of goods for goods. That is called only. What is that? Barter system. Okay, that is called only barter system. So barter system suffered from many drawbacks. Why? Because when the economy grow, it became difficult to manage with barter system. Before they were using exchange of goods for goods. Exchange of goods for goods. That is called only barter system. So when the economy was growing, as economy grow, it become difficult to manage with barter system. So barter system suffered from many drawbacks, such as what were the drawbacks? That was lack of double coincidence of wants. Lack of double coincidence of wants. Lack of common measure of value. Lack of common measure of value. As that as third one, difficulty in storing of wealth. Storing wealth. As difficulty in borrowing and lending. Difficulty in borrowing and lending. Okay, these were drawbacks of barter system. What were they? Lack of double coincidence of wants. Lack of double coincidence of wants means whenever a person want to exchange of any good, that time there was no proper equal the good to purchase. Purchase means exchange. For example, a person A wants to purchase rice. Purchase means exchange, not a purchase, exchange rice. But he has cloth. Okay, the person A having a rice and he wants to, which one? Wants to exchange the cloth, and B person having a cloth, he wants to exchange which one? This cloth to get of rice. This person wants to get rice using cloth. This person wants to exchange his rice to cloth. but always we cannot get equal goods. Equal goods means he has to search that a person using his rice, he has to exchange which one cloth, but he has to search where that person is living. So there was no perfect matching. That is only lack of double coincidence of wants. There was no matching each other. Okay. And also second one is lack of common measure of value. So money is it's working as a common measure of value. Without money we cannot identify the value. How we can identify the value? Just imagination. Whatever for all goods and services, now the present situation we are giving value. Without value, how can purchase? How can is possible to purchase or sell without value? Just imagination. It's highly impossible. But before there was no money, there was no using of money, but they were doing using hands, like using measurements like liters, meters, like that only, not completely liters and meters, like that only they were using. Equal, that is, if you give 1 kg, you can get the 1 kg only, like that. Okay. So that is lack of common measure of value. There was no perfect value. There was no perfect value. And third one, difficulty in storing of wealth. Difficulty in storing of wealth. Before, there was no any safety measures like storing in wealth. Nowadays, we can save, or we can store the money with the help of currency. Before, there was no money. That's why there was no proper facility to storing wealth. And difficulty in borrowing and lending. There was no facilities like getting loan, like providing loans or giving loans, or getting and loan facility, rate facility. There was no facility like that. Difficulty in borrowing and lending. So when this type of drawbacks were there in the water system, that time only man invented the money. In the place of water system, money only occupied the place. So here, water system is exchange of goods for goods. Exchange of goods for goods. In other words, we can say like that. Water system is economic exchanges without the medium of money. Economic exchanges without using the money, or without using the money. Okay, economic exchanges without using the money. Economic exchanges without the mediation of money. Without mediation of money. Without mediation of money. Without mediation of money, that is called barter system. That is called barter system. Okay, up to this introduction, when the barter system, meaning of barter system is exchange of goods for goods. Exchange of goods for goods. In other words, economic exchanges without mediation of money. Economic exchanges without mediation of money, that is called as barter system. So in the barter system, there were many drawbacks: lack of double coincidence of wants, lack of common measure of value, difficulty in storing and wealth, storing of wealth, difficulty in borrowing and lending. There was no easy rules and regulation to using lending and borrowing. There was no money, so even there was no value for goods and services before. So these were all drawbacks of barter system. So to correct this one, overcome this problem, the man invented the money. So money is very important instrument in the present situation. Without money, even cannot imagine the modern world. So that's why we have to discuss about the meaning of money. Okay, up to this introduction. So what is the which one? Money, when it was introduced, in which situation it was introduced. Okay, to overcome these problems only, man has invented the money. Okay, money is considered as an important tool to measure the economic activity. Important tool to measure the economic activity. It's very important. So this is the introduction, or this is the background of introduction of money.